Big Meech and his son, Lil Meech, have always had a complicated relationship, but things took a shocking turn when Lil Meech publicly stated in an interview that he considers Floyd Mayweather a better father figure than his own dad. That statement alone was enough to stir controversy, but things got even crazier when Lil Meech doubled down, saying that if he had to choose a father, he would pick 50 Cent over Big Meech. The news spread like wildfire, and when 50 Cent caught wind of it, he wasted no time mocking Big Meech, making the entire situation even more embarrassing for the legendary BMF boss. The question now is, why would Lil Meech say such a thing? And is Big Meech really to blame for their broken relationship? Let's break it all down. To understand how this father-son feud got to this point, we have to go back and look at their history. Big Meech, the infamous leader of the Black Mafia family, BMF, built one of the biggest drug empires in American history. His name became legendary in the streets, and even after his incarceration, his influence remained strong. However, while Meech was building his empire, his son was growing up without him. Lil Meech was still a child when his father was sentenced to 30 years in prison, meaning he spent most of his life without his dad physically present. Despite being locked up, Big Meech always tried to maintain a connection with his son, supporting him from behind bars, as Lil Meech pursued a career in acting and entertainment. When 50 Cent decided to produce the BMF television series, he handpicked Lil Meech to play his father, which seemed like the ultimate way to honor their family legacy. On the surface, it looked like their bond was solid, but Lil Meech's recent comments suggest otherwise. When asked about the father figures in his life, Lil Meech shocked everyone by saying that Floyd Mayweather had been more of a father to him than Big Meech ever was. He praised Floyd for being present in his life, giving him advice and teaching him about business and success. While it's true that Floyd has been a mentor to Lil Meech, publicly stating that he was a better father figure than his own dad was a direct shot at Big Meech. But Lil Meech didn't stop there. He then went on to say that if he had to choose a father, he would pick 50 Cent over Big Meech. That statement was the ultimate disrespect. 50 Cent has had a long history of trolling and taking jabs at Big Meech, often mocking his situation and the downfall of BMF. So for Lil Meech to say he would rather have 50 as a father than his own flesh and blood was a level of betrayal that no one saw coming. As expected, when 50 Cent got hold of the news, he had a field day with it. He took to social media, clowning Big Meech and making it clear that even his own son had turned against him. Big Meech, who had already been furious about the Floyd Mayweather comment, reportedly lost it when he heard what Lil Meech said about 50 Cent sources claim that Meech went off, calling his son out and making it known that he was beyond disappointed. He felt disrespected, not just as a father, but as a man. From his perspective, he sacrificed everything to build a name and a legacy, and instead of standing by him, his own son was choosing side with the very people who mocked him. But the real question is, why did Lil Meech feel this way? Was he just being ungrateful, or does he have a point? From Lil Meech's perspective, it's understandable why he might feel disconnected from his father. Big Meech has been in prison for most of his life, and while he has always been supported from a distance, there's only so much you can do from behind bars. Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather has been actively present in his life, offering guidance, business advice, and real-life mentorship. It's not surprising that Lil Meech feels closer to someone who has actually been there for him in a way that Big Meech simply couldn't. As for the 50 Cent comment, that might have been a combination of trolling and real feelings. 50 Cent has been instrumental in Lil Meech's career, giving him his first major acting role and helping him build his name in Hollywood. From a career standpoint, Lil Meech probably sees 50 as someone who changed his life, but saying he would pick 50 over his own father, that was bound to sting. From Big Meech's perspective, though, this is about more than just presence. It's about respect. In the street world, loyalty and family come above everything. No matter what, you don't turn your back on your own blood, especially not in public. Big Meech likely sees Lil Meech's comments as a betrayal, as if his son is forgetting the sacrifices he made and choosing to align himself with people who have mocked his legacy. But at the same time, we have to ask, was Big Meech really there for his son in the way he needed to be? Sure, he built a legendary name, but at what cost? Lil Meech grew up without a father because of the choices Big Meech made. So while Meech might be angry, does he really have the right to be upset when his son looks elsewhere for guidance? This situation also highlights a bigger issue in hip-hop and street culture. The way fatherhood is often overshadowed by the lifestyle. Big Meech built an empire, but in doing so, he left his son to grow up without him. And now, that same son is looking to men like Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent for guidance. In a way, this whole situation is a result of choices made years ago. But what happens next? Will Big Meech and Lil Meech be able to mend their relationship? Or is this the beginning of a permanent divide? And what about 50 Cent? Will he continue to poke fun at the situation? Or will he step in and try to bring father and son back together? One thing is for sure, this is a major moment for both of them. Lil Meech has to decide whether he wants to repair things with his father or continue distancing himself, while Big Meech has to reflect on what kind of father he has really been. No matter how this plays out, one thing is clear. This feud just became one of the most unexpected and talked about stories in hip-hop history. And with 50 Cent adding fuel to the fire, you can bet this isn't the last we'll hear about it.